Summer heat is here and here to stay. Our temperatures are on the rise, and so is the humidity. The heat index will be well over 100 degrees within the next few days. I'll have all the details coming up.
We have since learned that individuals.
All right, it is time now for our first look at the weather, and for that we want to check in with meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Another nice warm night out there.
Yeah, I can't complain right now, Brad. It's looking pretty good outside. We have clear skies, temperatures are still warm, and no more rain to worry about. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Washington Road. Yesterday, around this time last night, you may have heard some thunder and lightning, a lot of heavy rain and gusty winds. We had a few cells pop up. Some of those became severe. Overall, very fast moving, though, only brought us 0.15 inches of rain in Augusta late last night and early this morning. It was a hot and sunny day, though, overall. 92 degrees today, just 1 degree shy of our average for this time of the year. So we're back to typical temperatures, so typical summertime heat we're dealing with this week, and that means low temperatures are also going to be on the warm side. We're seeing mid to upper 70s right now. Tomorrow morning, it will be a little bit cooler in the upper 60s, but still right around average. Augusta at 75, 79 in Crawfordville, Edgefield at 73 now, 76 in Waynesboro. All of us enjoying the clear skies. Dew points are in the mid 60s and even some low 70s still, so definitely still a muggy night tonight. 64 at Augusta, but 72 down in Millen and Swainsboro, where there's a little bit more moisture. We have a cold front passing by, and that's going to bring in some slightly drier air tomorrow, so that's why our northern counties have a little bit of lower dew points. Winds are pretty calm right now. Earlier it was breezy, but now we're really only seeing up to 5 miles per hour. And once again, clear skies, not even seeing any clouds nearby. We do have this cold front slowly passing by. That's what brought us the storms last night. No more rain associated with it, though, just bringing us a little bit of drier air for your Monday or Tuesday morning. Or Wednesday morning, we're going to have clear skies in the morning, upper 60s, and then 71 degrees later on. So sunny and seasonable this week with humidity on the rise. Heat index will top 100 degrees within the next few days, and then our storm chances return later in the week. So coming up, I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast, so stay with us, but back to you, Brad.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenna. An important day is coming up when it comes.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good evening. Time now is 10:13. It's a pleasant night. We're nice and clear with no rain to worry about. We had the thunder and lightning and very gusty winds come through late last night, but no worries. You can go to bed with peace of mind. We don't have any more storms headed our way. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at the airport. It's not even very windy outside. Winds are calm. Temperature right at 75 degrees. A nice summer-like night. Dew point of 64, so still on the muggy side, but a little bit drier. Seeing mostly those low to mid 70s right now, even some upper 70s as well. Crawfordville and Washington at 79, 81 in Lincolnton, but 76 in Aiken, 75 in Barnwell, 77 in Allendale, and 74 in Millen. For satellite and radar, we're seeing absolutely no activity, not even any clouds nearby. However, we do have this weak cold front, and that's what brought us some storms last night. It's moving very slowly across our region, and that's going to bring in some drier air that we can see on our water vapor loop, that orange color representing a little bit of nicer conditions, a bit of a relief from the humidity, but it won't last for long. We have a lot more moisture just out to the west of us, so the heat is on the rise. We have this dome of high pressure over Texas, bringing record heat that'll eventually make its way towards the East Coast, bringing us middle 90s and also a rise in humidity. In the meantime, though, all the heat alerts are out towards the west. We see a heat advisory, excessive heat watch as far east as Alabama and Tennessee, and even heat warnings in parts of central Texas. Now, the big key factor here is the dew points on the rise. Notice tomorrow, mid 60s, definitely still muggy, but not as bad as it could be. We'll be in the mid 70s on Friday, 77 as your dew point on Saturday, and that's when we'll see some really high temperatures as well. So we're going to see the low 90s for now, and then up to 96 over your weekend, so a few degrees above average. And when you factor in the humidity, it's going to be feeling well over 100 degrees. So definitely prepare for that. Find some ways to stay cool over the next few days, especially for any weekend plans. But for tomorrow, a clear start to the day, 78 by 9 a.m., 91 degrees by 2 p.m., staying nice and sunny all day long with this cold front to our south. High pressure moving in from the north. 6 p.m. on Wednesday, still nice and clear. Same story for your Thursday. We could have a few spotty showers come through as another system makes its way towards our area, with a few more storms on the way Friday as well, but overall rain chances are pretty slim. Switching gears to the tropics, the remnants of Cindy, our tropical storm from last week, now has the chance of redevelopment, but no concerns for us. It's going to stay out in the Atlantic, making a track towards the north around Nova Scotia, and regardless, chances of development are still very low, only up to 20%. Lows tonight will be in the upper 60s to low 70s, and for tomorrow, topping off right around average, 93 in Augusta, low 90s for everyone. 95 Thursday and Friday, rain chances back up to 20%, 20% over the weekend as well, up to 96 degrees once again, feeling like over 100 degrees. Still hot for 4th of July next week as well, with scattered storms around. Back to you, Brad.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenna. Up next, a teenager shot for showing up to the wrong address speaks out. Stay with us.
Do you suffer? Give us a call today.
The Kansas City teenager who was shot in the head and the arm after going to the wrong house to pick up his siblings is talking about that fateful day. Ralph Yarl recovering now and trying to move forward. Rena Roy reports.
I kind of feel the same.
For the first time, Kansas City teen Ralph Yarl opening up publicly about the terrifying moments he was shot when he mistakenly showed up at the wrong house back in April.
As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like, I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
The 17-year-old says he was trying to pick up his younger brothers from their friend's house, accidentally going to Northeast 115th Street instead of Northeast 115th Terrace.
I hear the door open, I see this old man, and I'm assuming, oh, this must be like their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun, and I'm like, whoa. So I like back up, he points it at me, so I kind of like brace, and I turn my head. Before that, I'm thinking, there's no way he's actually gonna shoot, right?
But police say 84-year-old Andrew Lester did pull the trigger twice, shooting Ralph in the head and arm.
Before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me, help me. I was bleeding from my head. I was like, how is this possible?
Were there any words that were exchanged before he shot you?
He only said 5 words. Don't come here ever again.
The shooting sparking protests in the streets. It took 4 days for police to file first-degree assault charges. 10 weeks later, Ralph has made a full physical recovery, but he's still processing the trauma.
There are a lot of things that are going on inside my head that aren't normal. I've been having headaches, trouble with sleep.
Ralph focused on doing the things he enjoys, like playing the clarinet.
The alleged shooter who pled not guilty remains out on bond, telling investigators he thought Ralph was a burglar. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The death of a
You can count on.
The Braves, one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball, first team in the National League to reach 50 wins, 18-4 in the month of June. Don't forget to keep voting for your favorite Braves for the All-Star Game. Ronald Acuna already locked in to start the All-Star Game in the outfield. Braves and Twins. Braves down 1-0 bottom of the first, and well, hope you tuned in early when most of the Braves highlights came. Acuna, you see why. Solo shot, 18th of the year. Jesse Chavez get carried out like the Simba from the bullpen. Tie ball game. Still in the first. Vote for Austin Riley for the All-Star Game. A 2-run shot, tomahawks into left field, his 14th of the season. We're not done in the first inning. Sean Murphy wants in on the party. Gets enough of this one. That's his 13th of the year, and it is 4-1 in the first. Second inning, more long balls. Michael Harris, the second. Table for 1 in the chop house. And it's 5-1. 30 minutes after his first home run, Ronald Acuna would get another. Acuna with 2, Austin Riley, Sean Murphy, and Harris each homering through the first 2 innings. Atlanta last had 5 home runs in the first 2 innings of a game, May 28, 2003, versus the Reds. They win 6-2, wrap the series with a day game against the Twins on Wednesday. The Augusta Green Jackets announcing that right-handed pitcher Spencer Swellenbach been named to the roster to the National League in the upcoming 2023 Futures League game at All-Star Weekend in Seattle. He's rated as the 6th overall prospect in the Braves organization, drafted in 2021 in the second round out of the University of Nebraska. 3-2 this year, 2.76 ERA. Tuesday, the final night of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes 7-on-7 High School Football Summer Passing League, one of several taking place this month in the area. A chance for coaches to get a look at their teams against other competition, including some new head coaches. In Jefferson County, Marlowe East takes over the Warriors program after J.B. Arnold retired after 22 seasons in Jeffco. Marlowe's hired in January, played high school football at Washington County, then on to Troy State University, spent last season as the defensive coordinator under Arnold. Says the Warriors are going to spread the ball around more in a new look offense. We will be right back.
Some people hear the
We haul anything. For all your printing and graphic needs, come to Inkboy, serving Augusta for over 25 years.
For a look that lasts a lifetime, call Dependico today.
Southern Siding and Windows, locally family owned and operated for over 50 years.
Steve and I would like to thank everyone for your loyal support. Please come see us at Robbie's Automotive Service Center.
Super Saver coupons. We've been saving the CSRA money for over 30 years.
We were in the process of a new construction and we needed durable floors, and that's what led us to A&D.
We love that they were a locally family-owned business and they have a friendly and knowledgeable staff.
A&D has a beautiful showroom with a lot of options to choose from. We ended up with the Mannington Wheat. It makes their home very inviting. They did a phenomenal job throughout the whole process. We would highly recommend A&D to anyone looking for new flooring.
A&D Carpets and Hardwoods. Come see us today.
And last but not least, a 9-year-old boxing phenom looking to make a positive impact on his community.
Here's Rodney Dunnigan with the story.
Antonio Johnson Jr. is currently ranked the #1 boxer in his class in the entire country, and he's just getting started.
Do it again.
Antonio Johnson Jr. is focused. The young boxer wants to be the best.
Got my back on left hand, left hand.
Set to make his mark in the world of boxing.
I want to be a world champion. I want to be one of the best boxers that ever lived.
The 9-year-old has already won 41 amateur matches and 4 national tournament titles so far. The Cleveland qualifiers, the Junior Olympics, the National Silver Gloves, and the Amateur Junior Olympics.
Like when I was growing up, when I was like young, like 5, 4, like I always used to love fighting.
Yeah. Do it again.
His trainer is his dad, Antonio Johnson Sr. The pair hit the ring at the Thompson Rec Center 5 days a week. His dad is pushing Antonio to be a great boxer in the ring and an even better person outside of it.
Just seeing my kid, my son, just accomplish so many big things like this in his life, like it's a blessing.
Yeah, and lean in.
The youngster wants to serve as a positive inspiration to other kids in the Columbus community. Again, Antonio's story is just getting started. He has big plans for the future, and he has no doubt he'll knock out any barrier in his way. Rodney Dunnigan reporting.
All right, way to go. We'll be rooting for him for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The weather this week is looking hot. 93 tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, no rain to worry about until Friday, and even that, just a 20% chance. Temperatures and humidity are going up. It'll be feeling like over 100 degrees outside.
My goodness. Boo. Boo. The news is back at the top of the hour for News Channel 6 at 11. Hogan's Heroes. Next, right here.
$8 million. Good luck.
The heat and humidity is here, feeling like summertime all this week with little to no rain, plenty of sunshine, and temperatures climbing into the mid-90s. I'll have all the details coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 11, what it would take to let while in office and serve time in federal prison. Devaney came under heavy criticism for bringing Augusta to near bankruptcy. It is time now for a first check of our weather. Jenna in tonight on a warm, clear night, thank goodness.
Yeah, finally nice and clear. Plenty of sunshine as we go into our Wednesday. Really looking good right now. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Augusta Regional Airport. It was certainly a hot day. Finally seeing those temperatures creep back up to around average. We had a high of 92 today. Low temperature was actually 3 degrees above average at 73 due to the clouds and the rain we had come through last night. That also brought us 0.15 inches of rain in Augusta. You may have heard some thunder and saw the lightning last night. We had some very strong cells come through and even had some severe weather. So luckily we're done with that, and now we're enjoying the nice clear skies and comfortable temperatures right now. We're at 70 degrees in Augusta, 71 in Thompson and Evans, Aiken at 74, Millen at 75, Wrightsville in those upper 70s, and still 80 degrees over in Lincolnton. So all of us under the clear conditions with muggy dew points still. It is a little bit higher down in our southern counties as well. 71 degrees in Millen, 70 in Allendale. We have a little bit of drier air filtering into the area with dew points only around 60 to 62 degrees in some of our northwestern counties. Winds are a little bit breezy up there as well. 7 miles per hour now in Lincolnton and Edgefield, 5 in Washington, but pretty calm as you go south of Augusta. So nothing happening on satellite and radar, not even seeing any clouds nearby. We have this cold front pushing through, very weak system right now, but this is what brought us the storms last night. But fortunately, no more rain associated with it, just some clouds and some showers out to the west impacting Mississippi. Now for tomorrow morning, we'll start out in the upper 60s, northwest wind bringing in some drier conditions, so definitely not as humid as it could be, so enjoy that because we are going to see the humidity rise shortly after tomorrow. But overall sunny and seasonable. Heat index will top 100 starting on Thursday, with storms returning as well later on in the week. So coming up, I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast and everything you can expect. But back to you, Brad.
Jenna, thank you. Richmond County Sheriff Richard Roundtree.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Good evening. Time now is 11:12. We're nice and clear. No rain or thunderstorms to worry about tonight. You may have heard all the thunder and lightning last night with some very gusty winds. That's no longer the case. We'll have some really nice conditions for your Wednesday. Here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. Not a cloud out there, and we're sitting right at 70 degrees. Dew point of 66, and visibility is perfect. Still very warm across several parts of our area. In fact, 80 degrees up in Lincolnton, 71 in Thompson, upper 80s as well in Washington and Crawfordville, 75 in Louisville and Waynesboro, Aiken at 74, and 77 up in Saluda. Clear skies for everyone, not tracking any rain today or for tomorrow. We have this cold front throughout the area, but this is not bringing any precipitation. It is what brought us some storms last night, and it's been slowly pushing off towards the southeast. And it's also going to bring us some slightly drier conditions. So notice on our water vapor loop, the orange filtering in with all that moisture out towards the west. So for tomorrow, we'll see dew points more into those mid 60s, which we'll take it for this time of the year because humidity will be coming right back as we go into Thursday. This dome of high pressure over Texas that's been bringing record heat will eventually shift off towards the east, bringing us an increase in temperatures and also a rise in humidity. It's very likely we could have some heat alerts as we go into Thursday and into the weekend, but in the meantime, heat advisory, excessive heat watch, and heat warning anywhere from New Mexico all the way as far east as central Alabama. Now for tomorrow, as I mentioned, dew points in the mid 60s, definitely still muggy, but not too bad. We'll see 74 by Friday, 77 on Saturday. That will be our hottest day, and you can see those high temperatures on the rise as well. 93 tomorrow, so right on track with average, but then we'll be into the mid 90s starting on Thursday and as hot as 96 over the weekend, and it's possible we could even bump those high temperatures up just a tad. Now for tomorrow, we'll wake up to around 69 degrees, 91 by 2 p.m. Abundant sunshine, but definitely find some ways to stay cool, since it's definitely going to be feeling like summertime for really the first time all this year. It's been below average for the most part. But for tomorrow morning, clear skies with a northwest wind bringing in some of that drier air, front staying down towards our south with another system coming in on Thursday. That could bring us a few showers, but for the most part, just an increase in clouds and a few more storms possible on Friday, but overall keeping those rain chances on the lower side. We're also tracking the tropics. This is a remnant low pressure system from what was Tropical Storm Cindy last week. This has the chance of redevelopment, but it's moving right up towards the north near Nova Scotia and will not be impacting us. Our lows tonight will be in the upper 60s, and for tomorrow, we'll top off right around average, 93 in Augusta, 91 in Aiken. Your 10-day forecast showing no more 80s over the next several days. We're well into the 90s now. Triple-digit heat expected by Thursday, staying mostly sunny by then, with just isolated storm chances over the weekend.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenna. We appreciate that. South Carolina lawmakers working on an abortion ban. They spent the better part of still to come on News Channel 6 at 11. The latest on the University of Idaho quadruple murder case. Details on what led the court to seek the death penalty against the suspect in just a moment. But first, the winning numbers from tonight's South Carolina lottery: pick 3, 138. Pick 4 tonight, 9988. The fireball was 3.
And committed to quality customer service.
Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohberger heading back to court today. He is facing the death penalty, accused of killing 4 college students. Melissa Adon has more.
This afternoon, Brian Kohberger appearing in court for a pretrial hearing. Idaho prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Kohberger for the alleged murders of 4 University of Idaho college students: Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Zaina Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Police say they were stabbed to death at an off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho last fall.
They're saying that his acts were especially heinous, that while committing one murder, he was preparing for another. If they're able to prove just one of these factors, Brian Kohberger could be put to death.
28-year-old Kohberger was a criminology PhD student at nearby Washington State University. His defense team filing new paperwork arguing there's no connection between Mr. Kohberger and the victims, claiming there were 3 additional unidentified male DNA profiles found at the crime scene. But prosecutors allege Kohberger committed the murders and claim DNA taken from his cheek swab tied him to a knife sheath allegedly left behind. The family of Kaylee Gonzalez say they are grateful prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty, adding there is no one more deserving than the defendant. According to records reviewed by ABC News, this was not Kohberger's first arrest. He was arrested in 2014 for allegedly stealing his sister's phone. His father reported the incident to police, according to the records, telling authorities his then 19-year-old son had struggled with drug addiction and had just left rehab and rejoined the family, the record said. He was charged with misdemeanor theft. He served no jail time, according to officials. Kohberger's trial has been set for October 2nd, though that could be delayed. At his arraignment in late May, Kohberger declined to offer a plea, so the judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. He's currently being held without bail at the county jail. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Coming up, Jefferson County has a new head football coach for the first time in 22 years. We'll tell you about it. And the Braves looking to stay red hot in the month of June in sports.
Looking for a vibrant...
Really are. Love this streak that they're on. Thank you, Brendan. A big day after 2 decades of hard work down in Charleston. We'll tell you about a special opening day in the Low Country when we come back.
6.2.
Some 20 years of work down in Charleston, South Carolina, leading to a big opening day for the African American Museum. It has all sorts of artifacts, rich history, culture, and art. You can check it out on your next trip to Charleston. Go to the International African American Museum website to get your tickets. Jenna.
Well, Brad, we have a lot of heat this week. Our temperatures are into the 90s, so no more 80s over the next 10 days. At the lowest, around 90, 92 degrees next week. But in the meantime, we are rising up to 95 on Thursday. Still plenty of sunshine at that point. Low temperatures will be into the low 70s, and over the weekend, we'll see 96 degrees. And the heat index will be over 100 degrees with only 20% chances of rain, so not a whole lot of heat relief from any rain. But we had plenty of that last week with all the flooding, so at least we're trading all the rain for some heat.
Yeah, we're good with rain.
I knew you were going to say 100.
Yep, it's here.
Triple digits already, hard to believe. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.